What is going on, guys? It is Cody. Welcome to my Summerset Isle Magicka Sorcerer PvP build. Let's first jump into the sets. We have Grothdar, Dami House, Shacklebreaker, Lich on the back bar, and Master Inferno Staff on the front bar. So, this is a 5-1-1 build, and we are running Impent for the traits, Magicka for the glyphs, Spell Damage for the jewelry glyphs, and then Fuse Spell Damage glyph. And on the front bar, you can run really whatever glyph you want. You can run an Oblivion enchant, or you can run those minor vulnerability poisons. Those are good too. The reason we're running Shacklebreaker is because we're able to get not only spell damage, recovery, but we're also able to get the high max Magicka stats, which is essential for Magicka Sorcerer because the higher your max Magicka is, the bigger your shields will be, so your defense will just be a lot more optimal, and also max Magicka counts for our damage. I also like Shacklebreaker because of the max stam, and since we're running 5-1-1 and we're running Dami House, it stacks really well. As you can see, we have an 18k max stam pull, so that's going to give us a lot of stamina sustain. Even though it's not stamina recovery, it's going to allow us to dark conversion easier and just give us a lot more stam to play with. We also have a decent amount of stam recovery, and Lich paired up with Shacklebreaker is going to be our recovery set. So Lich is going to proc that big 1000 magic recovery, give us that 2-piece magic recovery, and we're only going to get the fourth piece magic recovery on the back bar since we only can hold the 3-piece on the front bar. So make sure you do have a Master Inferno Staff, as this is going to decrease your flame reach by 1000 plus Magicka and also make this hit a lot harder. So this is going to be your spam bull, your CC, and it's a lot better to run the Master Staff because it will do more damage and cost a lot less, saving you Magicka in the long run. And then Grothdar and Dami House, we just put this together. Like stacking high max Magicka, like I said, is really beneficial on a Mag Sorc. Running as a high elf, and we're running the Atronach Stone, and we're running Tri-Stat Food. We're running Daedric Minefields. This is going to give us control of the fight. You know, when you got a lot of people on you, when you can get to a line of sight, you know, thin out the Zerg first. Don't just place mines and try to take on an entire Zerg. You will be fucked. Definitely, like, spread out the fight, get some distance, or just don't put yourself in a shitty situation. And then when you got, like, 2 or 3 opponents, this is where mines can really come in handy, as each mine will root your opponent and do a lot of damage. You can line this up with curses. Let's say someone, like, you know, gap closes you. You can time a curse on them as soon as they gap close and hit that mine. You can then time that mine with a curse and like an ultimate or a frag. So use these as control, man. It will root your opponents and give you a lot more control of the fight. A lot of players aren't going to want to step in your mines because of how much damage they do and just how annoying they are. Frags, you're obviously going to want to shoot this and time this with your frag and your Dawnbreaker or ultimate. So only shoot this when it's procced, guys. It will proc off Magicka skills. There's a 35% chance to proc this. 18k tooltip is the tooltip when you light attack and proc your spell damage glyph on your back bar. So it does a lot of damage. So I already like made a video of how to play Magicka Sorcerer. It's usually you put a curse on your opponent and then you flame reach them and then time the frag with the curse. And then what you can do is you can also time an ultimate. I'll link the video in the description below, but this is a build video, so you guys have to go to that video if you want to gain the tips and knowledge of a master. I'm just kidding. Alright, Endless Fury. This is also a timable skill. It's an execute as well. So what you can do is if you realize that your opponent is like squishy, you can throw this execute on and burst them, and as soon as they, you know, hit that 20%, they're going to be done. But if they're really tanky, you know, it's better to use this when they're in execute range. I like using Dawnbreaker because it's an instant ability. It's not like Meteor where it takes time to fall from the sky. So I like this even though it's physical damage, still does a little bit of damage. Harness Magicka and Harden Ward and Healing Ward are our 3 shields. You know how to stack these. Go Harden first, Harness second, and then Healing Ward if you're losing health. Dark Conversion. On top of Lich and Shackle giving us Magicka sustain, Dark Conversion is also going to give us Magicka sustain. Streak, obviously our mobility skill. You can also use this as a CC and to pull Night Blades out of stealth. And Light Champion, obviously if you're taking way too much damage, use this. It will not only give you major protection, but you can use it offensively because it also gives you major force. And we are using spell critical pots, guys, so these are the pots you're going to want to drink. And then we're going to go into the CP. You don't have to copy the CP, but it's pretty min-maxed. So you can pause the video when you'd like. Alright, and that is the build video, guys. Pretty short video. If you want to know learn how to play Magicka Sorcerer, I will put the video in the description below. but this is going to be a pretty min-max build next patch. Not the best, as I said before in previous builds. There are a couple builds that will fall in the category of min-max. Thank you guys for watching. It's been Cody, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.